people in the video business is they get this idea that shadows are bad. Shadows are good. We want shadows. Shadows are what makes three-dimensionality. Shadows is what defines the real world. We do not see anybody not in shadow. And if you try to wash out all the shadows, you will look like a bad sitcom. And the reason why sitcoms look bad is because they're having multiple cameras shooting simultaneously from multiple angles. Well, no human being sees the same thing from multiple angles at the same time. You don't do it. You can't, right? What would you like?
Sitting.
Sitting. All right,
Sitting.
hold the chairs up. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to kill the lights on the board. Easiest way to light them is to take two lights. We're going to take two 650s. And if we have two people sitting in these two chairs or two people standing where these two chairs, we do not put the lights in front of them, we put the lights behind them. I'm going to open this door to get a little space.
Reminds me of my studio.
Are we good with this power over here?
Yeah, you can plug into that power. I'm going to turn on the box here. Power box. So the object is to let one light serve the purpose of two lights. It's going to be one person's backlight while at the same time it's the other person's key light. So if I have two people here, one person here, one person here, you can go all the way into the doorway. And you and I can stand in so people can see what we're doing. Right. So we're here, and he's there. My backlight is his key light. His backlight is my key light. Most of the time people are going to do this. They're not doing this, right? So the only thing I need to do now is add one fill light in the front. So I have that and that. Usually I will put diffusion on it. So if somebody back there can look behind that thing, there's diffusion. Behind there, move that rolling thing, and there should be some gel there. Yeah, you do some the latest diffusion. Yeah, the next piece up, yeah, yeah. Okay. So we have two different, various different intensities of diffusion. There's one more. Could you get another one? Number 2 wood clamps, also known as C47s. C47 because that was the product number in the catalog when you bought wooden clothespins. It was known as C47. So people call them, to this day, still call them C47s. I worked with a gaffer named Willie Meyerhoff. He was a real good old New York gaffer. He was the gaffer on Boys in the Band, Midnight Cowboy, Night They Raided Minsky's, so many movies. He did over 70 movies, and he called these number 2 wood clamps. So I just thought that was hilarious. He said, "Give me a couple of number 2 wood clamps over here." They always talk like this. He was a hoot, and we were doing a commercial for Bill Furtick Productions. It was a Brim commercial, coffee. You know, coffee in the morning, right? Yeah. And it was, we were out on Lake George, and the plane, a seaplane lands, you know, with the pontoons, and she walks up on the dock and hands him this cup of coffee and goes, and says U.S. mail on it, right? And I'm out on a pontoon boat with an arc light, up on a ladder, light, you know, we're lighting this. And at one point, the cameraman director, he goes, and he's on, and Willie's on the other one. We have a generator and we have things going off on little boats going all the way to our lights. And he goes, "Can you move that light to the left?" And suddenly I hear Willie go, "Move the fucking camera!" And so luckily the director had a good sense of humor. He just broke out laughing. He goes, "I guess that's easier, Willie." He goes, "Yeah." So
Now,
what
why
I'm going
would
to
you
do is I'm
put
going
a-
to put diffusion on it.
Why wouldn't you use a bigger light like a Kino Flow or something like that?
Because a Kino Flow goes everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Right? Kino Flows are beautiful soft lights. I love Kino Flows. They're wonderful. They have absolutely no control. No control whatsoever. With barn doors, at least I can control it. I have less spill, I have less bumps. And the other thing is there's some DPs that I've worked with that like to put the diffusion on the inside rather than on the outside. This is on the outside, it's going to spread more. If I put my diffusion on the inside of the doors, the doors become more effective on cutting how much spill I have. Now, the difference is, if I put it on the inside of the doors, I have less diffused light. The further away that diffusion is from the source, the more diffused the light coming out of the diffusion is. Right? The big mistake some people also make is they'll put diffusion on and then they'll spot it in. Stupidest thing in the world. That's how you know a true amateur. It's not going to make it brighter. It's actually going to make it darker. Because this is now the light, the width of this diffusion. If I spot it in and I only have one little circle, I have now cut my light by 50%. Doesn't matter, it's brighter. I've cut the amount of light that's coming out by 50%. So that's, I once had a documentary cameraman we were on, I was the gaffer for Merrill Lynch, and he knew nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
Those lights?
Come on, Steve.
You don't see it? Go away. So we're backlit by two lights, frontlit by the same two lights, and all I have is a bounce light as the fill. And that works. It fills in everything. Because that, we want to see the shadow. Shadows mean three-dimensionality. You can't draw a ball or take a picture of a piece of fruit and it's only lit from the front. It doesn't look round, it looks flat. Well, human heads are round. And the whole idea is we want to imitate what the human eye sees, which is roundness. We're not going to do that if we flood light from directly in front. It's going to look like car headlights. It's not going to look like that. So, lit by that lamp. How you doing?
I'm good.
Ah, it's
It's nice,
great.
nice and bright in here today.
It's very bright in here today. If we had a window, it'd be even brighter.
We should have a window.
Great.
Maybe we could fake a window.
We could fake a window. Great. So, giving an excuse for why the lights are behind us, right? So we want the lights behind us, one, because it's better for photography, but two, we want to give it a motivation. So we talk about lighting motivation. What's my motivation for the lights? Where am I going to put it? So my students are always saying, how do I know where to put the light? First thing you do is when you walk into a location, look to see where the real light is coming from. Do I have a window? Do I have a desk lamp? Do I have a fireplace? Do I have a doorway? What do I have? And then position that in the background or off to one side so there's an excuse for the rest of the lighting. So if I'm going to shoot with a light coming through this window, so everybody's got this, right? Cross key lighting?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to go on to something else. Oh wait, well we're going to add a little more. So let's get an inky. Here we go. Okay, how to just a background light. So you can add some kind of texture, something on the background. so you can make it look interesting. Go turn it on. So what we're gonna do with this light, is we're gonna try and light the little bit of the fireplace. Let me see it from camera. And this you have to do from camera. You can't do it any other way. So, oh, that's not bad. Great. So if you take a look, doesn't that look more real than, now it's too bright, so I'm gonna get some scrims for it, or a dimmer. Oh, it's gonna be hard to find the scrims. Gonna be hard for me to get the scrims.
Scrims are right here.
Oh yeah, good, yay, someone didn't lose them this time. Go put a double in.
Are those hot lights or LEDs?
Oh no, these are hot. There we go. That's probably a lot better. So that's called a triple. It's a single delt and a, that's better. So turn it on and off.
Ken?
Ken, turn it off.
Sorry, I was daydreaming about lights.
Okay, turn it off. So look at the difference. Turn it back on, right? Because a light shines light on the floor. A light shines light on a wall behind it, right? So where's that light? So turn it off again. This is bad sitcom. Turn it back on. That's a feature film. That's the difference. We spend more time on feature films and on long form television lighting the backgrounds and lighting the foregrounds than we spend lighting the actors. It's very easy to light an actor or an actress. Key light, fill light, backlight, I'm done. But then you spend the next half hour just lighting the walls and lighting everything, putting little spots, little places. That's why lighting's never gonna go out of business, no matter how fast the cameras become, or LEDs or anything else like that. I still am gonna need 20 lights if I'm gonna do a big set. If we're gonna do Downton Abbey, where they're all having dinner at a beautiful banquet, that's 30 lights, because every candelabra's got a light shining behind it, every one. What are we gonna ask?
I think